My name is Javier Porras. I'm a 16-year-old and I'm a junior student at Catira High School. I'm currently living in the city of El Paso, Texas, after living nearly 14 years of my life in Juarez, our neighbor city in Mexico. I chose to live here because of the opportunities that can allow me to accomplish all my goals in my life. I know that because of this decision, I will be able to fulfill my dream, which is to one day become the president of an important company. However, even if I am able to accomplish my dream, I'm sure this is not going to be the final goal in my life. I will need to make important decisions in the future. A president's job demands a lot of decision making. For example, one thing that a company has to do in order to be successful is to hire people to do the job. The decisions that have to be made are vital because when you hire people, you have to focus on one single thing: to hire the best qualified, intelligent, and innovative personnel before the competition does. In other words, the person in charge of hiring people should not hire someone because he or she is a good friend or because of his or her economic status. He has to hire the person that is better prepared and can be of best interest for the company. We live in a world that demands competitiveness. If you are not competitive enough, you probably not be able to succeed. In 1944, the American historian Richard Hofstadter established a theory called social Darwinism. This theory established that only the fittest will be able to survive. What he tried to explain is that only the powerful people who control a company are likely to be successful. Well, I'm totally against this theory because I think that the only successful company managers are those who will make good decisions. The main goal of any company is to be the best in its class compared to the other ones that compete against it. In order to create a high level of competition, the company's human resource department has to decide which people to hire and which people to let go. The president will always look for what is best for the company. For example, in this depression that we are suffering, companies have to fire many of their workers. However, it is important to keep in mind that a company will never get rid of those workers that are valuable for the company's interest. In other words, no matter if the salaries are high, if the person is contributing to the company's growth and development, it will do whatever it can to keep him or her on the job. However, most companies don't always hire the best person for the job. Sometimes they discriminate people with disabilities by not hiring them even if they are the best competent and qualified individual. People with disabilities have disproportionately high unemployment rates as compared to non-disabled individuals. Far too many people with disabilities are not in the workforce, and not because they do not want to work or do not have the skills. It is because of the discrimination factor. Therefore, the question is, why should employers be interested in hiring people with disabilities? Well, it is not because a company wants to feel good or because a company is concerned about compliance, but because a company wants to hire the best person for the job. The individual who can and will contribute to the most for the company. We know that there are significant challenges ahead. Businesses must find ways to meet the challenge of an aging, shrinking labor force. According to the Department of Labor Bureau of Labor Statistics, by the year 2014, 36 million people are expected to leave their jobs and will need to be replaced. Another source tells us that between 2010 and 2030, the workforce will shrink by 10%. As you can see in the chart, the unemployment between the years 1995 and 2005 had changed in a dramatic way. We believe employers can meet such challenges by hiring people with disabilities. Right now, businesses have the opportunity to tap into a young and growing talent pool. There are more educated and better prepared workers with disabilities than ever before. Do you know that nearly 10% of all undergraduates, or approximately 1.53 million students, report having one or more disabilities? When employers learn that more and more young people with disabilities are graduating from high school and college, and that people who experience a disability have creative problem-solving skills, Employers will recognize that many candidates with disabilities do have the talents, skills, and experiences for which they are recruiting. If a company pays no attention to the disability market, their competitors surely may, and this in turn will make company lose its competitive force against those companies willing to hire the best people for the job. As we see in the following chart, the percentage of employed people with disabilities have decreased from 44% in 2002 to 39% in 2009. As you might presume, companies will not put in the time and effort to hire individuals with disabilities if it was not for the best interest for the company. They do not do it because it feels good, nor should they. That is the wrong reason to hire anyone. Employers must be qualified to do the job business need to have done. The more qualified the individual is, whether disabled or not, the better it will be for our economy. Employers are looking for the talent that will keep them competitive to the global economy. Thank you for your kind attention.